In this video, I'm sharing a story about my client, Hannah Boyer, who decided to invest in the Dietitian Boss method to help her grow her private practice. Hannah wanted the freedom and flexibility that comes with being your own boss. Following my program, Hannah attained that goal and went from making zero to consistently making $1,000 a month. You too can create a business on your terms and find that flexibility and freedom. Welcome to my channel. I'm Libby Rothschild, creator of the Dietitian Boss method. My program empowers dietitians and nutritionists just like you to create private practices from scratch using proven processes and social media strategies that work. I'd like to help you set up and be successful in your own practice by following the step-by-step Dietitian Boss method. In this video, I want to walk you through some of the steps my client Hannah is taking to realize her goals. For some of us, it's easy to dream, but we don't stick with the actions that we need to take to make those dreams a reality. Why not? Well, I'm going to break this down. In the last video, we talked about how Hannah set goals and went from making $0 to making $1,000 a month. You'll recall that Hannah was already working at the wellness spa. Maybe you're wondering, why did Hannah start a practice on the side as a new dietitian? Because she already had a job. What's the big deal? Why does she need to do anything more? That's a great question, possibly the most important question of all. Here's a few questions I have back for you. Why are you here? Why are you doing this? And why are you even watching this video? The most successful clients dig deep and uncover the meaning behind why they want to start and grow their own business. Some of my clients are really clear and can articulate their why or higher purpose, where others are still learning. I want to share a few examples to motivate you. One of my past clients, Melissa Landry from No More Guilt, helps women who live in larger bodies because she was raised by a woman who lives in a larger body. Melissa's practice fights for social justice and equality by representing a health at every size approach, meaning her body of work addresses weight bias. Melissa tells her story regularly on social media. That personal connection is what motivates Melissa to give back to the community and drives her to keep going, even when the going can get hard. She's inspired, even on hard days, to keep going, and that motivation, well, that inspires me. Another dietitian boss, Pardis from Grapes to Crepes, is inspired to help people lose weight with an all foods fit mentality due to her own weight loss struggles. She openly shares her story online, and her vulnerability is both attractive and inspiring. Also, Pardis is a mom of 2, and being a mother is part of what fuels her desire to give back by running a successful private practice where she's connected to her message, and that's really powerful. Finally, my client Michelle's grandfather had kidney disease. She had a really strong motivating factor to create her own business to help people manage stage 4 kidney disease through a plant-based approach. On difficult days, she doesn't falter. She's doing this for her grandpa. She's deeply connected to managing chronic disease. Melissa, Pardis, and Michelle are beautiful examples of how empowering identifying your motivation can be. It's one thing to try to increase our income, but that's much more likely to happen when we are truly connected to what we care about in life, our passion, so to speak. On good days, we can soar on the spirit of knowing that we're helping others reach their personal goals, where on bad days, which we all have, we can stay motivated by simply going back to our why we do what we do. Why is this important? What's our purpose? Building your private practice becomes easier when you keep your attention on why you chose to do what you do. You'll build momentum from knowing that you chose a career that you absolutely love, nutrition. Now, maybe you're just getting started and the above examples seem too far out of reach, and I understand that. You don't have to have all the answers today. I encourage you to start in small ways, considering the meaning behind why you do what you do. Your unique message will evolve with time. For example, Hannah has found a higher purpose related to freedom. Freedom means you can be your own boss and work a flexible schedule, and that's one of the Dietitian Boss core values. Freedom is why clients follow my method. So let's say your first step is identifying freedom as your motivation, and that's a great place to start. So you can go deeper into that meaning with freedom in time, but you gotta get started somewhere. Let's face it, if you don't create your own day, somebody else will, and you'll have to report to them, and that sucks. I don't know about you, but I don't like reporting to anybody else but myself. Freedom means you can create your own day, and that's called being your own boss. Here's why Hannah picked freedom as her driving motivation to get started. Hannah remembers working in that clinical setting and having a list of 20 to 25 patients that she had to see in one day. Sound familiar? She would be directed to go to a patient who was newly diagnosed with diabetes, and she had only 15 to 20 minutes at best to teach them how to eat. And the patients were confused and overwhelmed, and they had just been diagnosed, and they were experiencing a lot of emotions. Hannah felt that talking to these newly diagnosed patients for only 15 minutes with a generic handout wasn't going to do much for them. At this point, Hannah knew clinical was not the path for her. Hannah wanted to connect with her clients. She wanted to help them. She wanted them to get her quality service. And service is a core value of the Dietitian Boss method. We dietitians, we value service. We value our clients. When someone is seeking help from a dietitian, they might be in a really vulnerable place. Hannah wants her clients to know that they can count on her to show up for them, spending quality time to answer their questions and reassure them. Hannah says it doesn't matter how fast you go or how fast you grow, as long as you're doing something to move forward in the right direction. In Hannah's case, the motivation for freedom as her main driver was enough to inspire her to set up her practice and accomplish her goals. And that drive has gotten her really far as a new dietitian. Remember, if you're not sure where to start or what motivates you deep down, freedom will do for now. You can build on your story with time, but you need to get started. Hannah did, and you can do that too. You've probably spent some of this video envisioning what a life full of freedom would be like for you. Let me further inspire you by sharing a story about my client, Courtney Burling, a dietitian who started from zero and learned how to fill her group program by following the Dietitian Boss method. Check out her story here.